Hey, welcome to iPlaces Club, and this is Bob, and today I'm here with a very interesting video. Well, not interesting for chess players or people who already know how to play chess, but interesting for people who are just beginning to learn this beautiful game. And today's topic is how chess pieces move. Now, okay, let's reset the board to the starting position first of all, and okay, here it's done. So before we move on to the topic of how chess pieces move, let's take a look at the chess board here and to get an idea of what we are going to learn. Now this is the white side, this is the black side, white pieces, black pieces, and as you know, if you have watched any game, I mean, if you ever happened to watch any game, you will know that one player moves at a time, and that's how you play chess. You know, one player, one move at a time for each player. So here, if you look at this board, you will find out that there are actually on both sides, almost all the pieces are same, but on each side there are actually 6 different pieces. What are they? The pawn, the knight, the bishop, the rook, the queen, the king. Wow, that's quite a handful, right? Okay, so which this is the pawn. Let's start with the names first because I'll be using those names while I'll be teaching you the moves. So this one is the pawn, this one is the knight. It looks like a horse, so just keep that in mind. This one's the bishop with a pointed head, always with a pointed head, like real life world. And this is the rook, this is the queen, this is the king. King has this little cross on its head. Queen has the spikes, like it looks like the crown, obviously. So you have got 6 different pieces on each side, and in total there are 32 pieces, 16 on each side on an 8 by 8 square board, right? Okay, so now we have got an idea how the board is set and how uh, what different pieces are there. So let's get on to how they move. So for that I need to clear the board because it would rather get messy if I keep it like this. And let's start with a very interesting fact that in chess, the pieces which has the highest value also has the simplest movements. So basically what I'm saying is the value or the complication of movement are inversely proportional to each other. So higher the value, lower the complication, lower the value, higher the complication. It's actually funny, and so you'll come to know how it is when I show you the movements, right? Okay, so let's start with the piece with the highest value and the least complicated movement, the king. Remember this white little cross, this cross? Yeah, that's the king. Now the king, how does king moves? Okay, the king can move to each of this adjacent square, but only one at a time. So here is how the king moves to its adjacent squares, only one at a time. Or rather, I should say, to its available adjacent squares, only one at a time. So let's say if the king is here, placed here, so it doesn't have any adjacent square on this side. So it has got 3 available squares, left diagonal, and Very simple. Yet, as I said, it's the most important piece on this board. Now, let's get on to rook, because we are learning these moves in this order because it will help you to memorize the moves, and you will see how I combine the movements of two pieces into one for another. So uh, you will come to know that if it doesn't make any sense right now. So this is the rook, and the rook can always move horizontally and vertically. Put it anywhere on the board. It can move horizontally and vertically any number of squares that are available to it. So it can move to this square, it can move to this square, it can move to that square, move this square, this square, this square, this square, this square. So it can move to its available squares. It can choose to go one square ahead or two squares, one square, two square, or three square, but only vertically and horizontally. This is how the rook moves. Simple. Okay, so let's go to bishop. The bishop can start, it can be a dark square bishop or a white square bishop, but it doesn't matter. What matters is how it moves. So put it on any square. It actually starts, if it starts from the white square, it will always move on the white squares. If it starts on the dark square, it will always move on the dark squares. And how does it move? It moves diagonally. Any number of squares, whichever is available. So it can move here, 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 here. So any number of, any number of squares that are available, but only diagonally. If it's a white square bishop, it's going to move any number of squares diagonally as are available to it. Simple, right? Yeah. So that's the bishop for you. But why did I show you the rook and the bishop? Now, let's say before we move on to the next piece, let's refresh our memory with how both of them works. Like this one moves horizontally and vertically, while this one, bishop, moves diagonally, right? So horizontally and diagonally. Now if we combine these two movements, so what happens? It becomes another piece, and the most or second most valuable piece on this board, the queen. Queen can move horizontally, vertically, diagonally, any number of squares on either side of it, and all sides of it basically. So whichever square is available diagonally, vertically, or horizontally, the queen can reach it. So that's the queen. It has got the highest reach or coverage on a chessboard, and it's very, very valuable, very powerful. In fact, and you don't want to lose your queen while you are at a game. Okay, so the next is knight. Knight, well, focus on this one. It's going to be rather complicated. I mean, we are actually, you know, going towards we are increasing the complication movement. So this is the second most complicated um, moving piece on chessboard. So pay attention. Knight. How does knight move? The knight moves, well, let's say it moves one square left, one square up, one square right, one square down, and then diagonally one square. So this is how the knight moves. One square left, one square right, one square top, one square bottom. It can, and then from henceforth it will go diagonally one square, right? Again, one square up, then diagonally, or square right, then diagonally, one square left, diagonally, one square down, and diagonally. This is how the knight moves. Again, same theory. A piece can only move to squares which are available to it. If it's not available to it, it cannot move. Alright, so as an example, if the knight is placed over here, can move to its right? No. If the knight is placed over here, can it move to the down square, bottom square? Can it move to the right square? No, it cannot. It can only go to the left square, the right top square, and from there it can take only the left diagonal, and from here to the right diagonal. So this is how the knight moves. Put it anywhere, and this is how it will move. It cannot go over here because then it has no diagonal square left. So it has to complete its journey. First a straight one, then a diagonal one. Top, right, bottom, left. If anyone knows HTML, the computer scripting language, so you will know top margins, top, right, bottom, left. Okay, not to digress, and let's come to the last piece, the most important one, or maybe the least important one, according to playing style or choice. But this is very important. This part is very important to pay attention, because this is going to rattle your brain for sure. Okay, so how do we start? As you saw, that pawns are always on second rank for white, on the 7th rank for black. This is how they're placed. And how they move? They move by going 2 squares ahead or 1 square ahead. So it can move like this, but when they're just starting out from their home. This applies only when they're starting out from their home. From henceforth, from that onward, it can move only 1 square ahead, right? Okay, so again, 1 square, 2 squares, but then 1 square ahead. Okay, now the pawn is very simple, and yet it has a little quirks about itself. So let's say, how does the pawn capture? The pawn captures not in its ordinary straight line. Pawn captures diagonally. The pawn always captures diagonally. Right? So anytime, let's say, sorry, these arrows are really disturbing right now. So okay, fine. So anytime you take your pawn out like this square, this black pawn can take you, right? So that's how the pawn moves and how pawn captures another pawn. Now, there is an interesting rule which you should learn. There is the opposite, and that is, let's say the white pawn has reached over here, but the black pawn is still in its home. Now, in the last move, the white pawn has gone to this square, which is e5. Now, as it moved to this square, the black pawn comes here, right? What happens? Well, would you just ignore this black pawn sitting beside you and move forward? Well, you can do that, of course, or you can take the pawn, capture the pawn, even it has crossed that square, even it is not sitting diagonal to you, but you can take that pawn since it has skipped that one step and sat right beside you. So you can take this pawn, and this is called this. You can capture this pawn, and this is called pawn passant. So when you take this pawn, this is captured. Savvy? It only happens when black pawn comes, when white pawn sits over here, and you have the choice to take this black pawn, or you can move forward one step ahead, or you can also capture this pawn. That's how it goes. If you capture this pawn, then it goes away, and you sit right on the diagonal square as you should have been if the black pawn didn't skip that square, this square. So this is how en passant capture occurs. Now, what happens? I mean, we are talking about the pawn marching forward. I mean, what happens when it reaches the 8th rank or the 1st rank for black? So this pawn completes this journey, and this pawn completes this journey. What happens then? Right. So when you reach this point, you can exchange this pawn for any of these pieces. Right? For any of these pieces. Now, okay, fine. I must tell you that the placement of this pieces does not mean anything. Just I'm arranging this on the board just to show you. So you can exchange this piece for anything. For anything. Whichever piece you like. It doesn't really matter. You can exchange that pawn for anything, any of the pieces you like. It's your choice, after all. Now, that's about capture, how pieces move, and how pawn captures. Now, if you don't know about how pieces capture each other, it's very simple. Basically, if another piece is sitting on a square that falls within your coverage, so you can take that piece. So this knight this bishop can capture this knight, right? let's say the bishop is sitting here, so the knight can move. Sorry, knight can move here and take this bishop. So this is how one piece captures another. So this is all about how pieces move in chess. So hopefully in your next games. But before I finish, let's tell you something that let's get to the starting position once again. Okay, so you see, like when you are in this position, each and every move you make, each and every move you make is important. And that sequence, like the white gives this, you give that, this, that. Now, this is how basically chess is played. Learning how the pieces move is just the start, it's just the beginning. It doesn't mean it's anything, but how you combine those moves throughout the game, that makes for the beauty of the game, that makes for a combination, that makes for a tactic, that makes for a strategy. So this is how you play the game, and the person with the minimum, the least amount of moves, with the highest amount of impact will always win the game. Remember this sentence, remember this saying. The person, the player with the least amount of moves with the highest amount of uh, impact will always win the game. That's how it goes. So I'm ending this video here. Stay tuned for my next videos. Learn a lot about chess. Thank you.